Hey there everyone, happy Sunday. I am King Phi, Meteorologist Adam Claibon. Sunday right before Memorial Day, the unofficial start to summer, and boy do we have some summer-like temps to tell you about here later into the week. We're going to get into that. We're going to tell you about what's happening for your Memorial Day. Some showers going to be coming through here late tonight, but generally, I think a pretty dry Memorial Day for many of us. Plus, we have the low tides that are going to be taking place here throughout the week, and they're going to be fairly low. So if you are beachgoers and like to get out into some of those seabeds there, got some good news for you. All right, let's talk about today because we did take a little bit of a step back when it comes to our high temperatures. After reaching more the mid-70s yesterday, a lot of spots only topped off in the 60s this afternoon. Bellingham 66, 60 out towards the north coast in Quileute, and that's because we had a lot more of that thick cloud coverage in place, and the showers actually going to become more widespread here as we head on into the first part of the night there. While off towards the east yet again, closer to the I-5 corridor, at least around 70, upper 60s to lower 70s, pretty close to seasonal averages, if not a degree or two above. Hey, Puyallup, you made it up to 70 degrees this afternoon, so pretty good for you. All right, so we do have the showers returning here late tonight and into at least the first part of your Memorial Day. A few of us might see some of those showers linger a little bit. We'll let you know where those spots are here shortly. We're going to have to deal with the low tides, and they do start up tomorrow, and we'll keep a lot more of them around into more of your day on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So this is going to be a 4-day event for us. And then the summer-like heat, that's going to hit us on Wednesday before we cool back down very quickly on into the day on Thursday, but still going to be relatively nice towards the end of the week. And speaking of that, well, here's your 7-day forecast. Coolish day tomorrow with a high of 67 degrees and some of those showers pushing through generally during the morning hours. A couple of pretty nice days if you like the heat. Wednesday, it's going to be your day up to 86 degrees, and then our numbers start to come back down Thursday through next Sunday with partly to mostly sunny skies on a lot of those days. Showers expected heading into the day on Thursday. Here's what's happening out there. We did see a few more of those clouds moving out ahead of our system, and so as opposed to seeing the completely clear skies like we had yesterday, we actually had a few more of those clouds in place and more of a thin upper level cloud coverage where we're blocking out at least a portion of the sunshine, and it's bleeding through those thin clouds, making their way down here, looking at Bellingham, shining on the bay, as well as looking at some of that here in Everett. Now, as we head here into the evening, and we're recording this as of about 6:30 or 7 o'clock here into your Sunday evening, we're seeing those thicker clouds arriving, and that's going to really become more and more evident as you go on into the first part of the night. And if you're out here towards the coast, you can start to see there's some light shower activity beginning to pick up for us already out there. A little water droplet showing up on the camera. Dry here, though, as you get closer to Seattle, and we're going to stay dry, at least for your evening plan, so no worries about that really impacting anything that you might have going on. 66 cloudy skies. Southwest winds currently coming at about 10 miles per hour. A lot of clouds, most of the rain holding off until really even early tomorrow morning. That's when we'll have the best chances of some of those showers moving on in. And because of all the clouds in place, we're only going to see those temperatures drop down into the low to mid 50s. Here's radar, and out towards the coast, you can see some of those showers already beginning to pick on up. Now, it's going to take some time before that eventually works its way off to the east, so we're not going to see a rapid movement in that at any point at all. So even though it does look pretty close for those of us around Olympia, Tacoma, around Seattle, Federal Way, don't worry about the rain here until tomorrow morning. So big picture, though, is we do have this area of low pressure moving on through. It's a weaker one, and it's going to be a quick mover. So as it moves off towards the east, high pressure is going to build right back in behind that, and that's going to help to provide us with the sunshine and the warm-up that we're going to see as we head into the middle part of the work week. So let's first talk about the rain, how it's going to be around for your day tomorrow. We'll see that late tonight into the day for tomorrow. Some light showers moving on through. Now, this is 10 p.m. tonight, and most of that is still staying over more of the Olympic Peninsula at that point. As we get past midnight, it starts to work its way eastward, and here we are at about 5 to 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and it's right over areas here closer to the I-5 corridor. That's when we see our best chances of rain moving on through. If you're up early at this point tomorrow morning, you'll probably see and probably hear the rain as it's moving on by. If you're not really going to be getting out until maybe around 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, maybe sleeping on in because it's a holiday, right? We won't have too much of an issue with rain at that point. Fast forwarding this here all the way into 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Barbecues, any sort of outdoor plans you might have going on, we're going to be good. Now, one spot. Now, I would say that if you're a little farther north, getting closer to Snohomish County, Skagit County, some weak convergence zone activity could begin to take shape for us. So let me outline those areas for you right now. Those areas up here, you can see with the southwesterly wind coming up around Everett and more around parts of Skagit County, that's where we'll have the better chances. Plus, too, if you're in the foothill communities there or either up into Whatcom County, you could see a little bit of a higher chance of some of those light showers lingering. Other than that, we're pretty much dry as we head into the second half of the day on Memorial Day, and we'll continue to see a drying trend on into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Now Tuesday, first day of work for many of us, we probably will have a good amount of clouds during the morning hours. Those will stick with us, but we do expect those to break down and give way to a little more sunshine as we head into the afternoon. That's 3 p.m. for you. And then as we go on into late Tuesday night into the day on Wednesday, check out what is happening. Big shift when it comes to our winds. As opposed to them coming out of the southwest and really more so off of the Pacific, we get offshore flow. And now that we're getting into this time of the year, we know whenever we get offshore flow and it becomes a little stronger, we really start to warm and heat things up. And that's what's going to happen heading into the day on Wednesday. So you can see the wind barbs all beginning to work their way off from west or east to west right there. That's that offshore flow. Maybe keeping things a little cooler out here towards the coast. We'll see how much more of that offshore flow we get towards the coast. In general, though, most of us are going to be warming up well above those seasonal averages as we head on into that time. So that will continue on here as we go throughout a good portion of the day on Wednesday. And then as we continue on into Wednesday evening, we actually begin to see things cool back down. Now, first back to the rain. The amounts of rain that we're going to see with this system late tonight and into the day tomorrow, very minimal, between about 1/10 to maybe 1/4 of an inch. Should be pretty light stuff. And to go along with that, since we are going to have some decent conditions out there tomorrow, if you're going to try to get out and enjoy these low tides that we have, let me show you what times in particular, especially around here in the Seattle area, getting closer to Puget Sound and Elliott Bay, that you can really see that water pretty low. And if you want to be a beach goer, get out into some of those coastal areas and get out to where the seabeds usually are. Tomorrow morning at 10:52 a.m. That's going to be low tide here around Seattle. Then on the 27th, for your day on Tuesday, 11:35 a.m. Let me make this big for you too. On the day on Wednesday, the 28th, that will be our lowest point with these low tides. So that will drop down to negative 4.07 feet. So that's going to be a really low tide. And just for reference, last year at some of our lowest points, we got down to about minus 3.4 feet here across the area. So it's going to be noticeably lower when it comes to what we even saw last year. And then as we get on to Thursday, starts to come up a little bit, but we're still talking about those low tides that are going to be around 3.8 feet, where they should normally be around minus 3.8 feet. And that will be at 1:08 p.m. And the one on Wednesday too, just to go back to that one, that will be just before 12:30 heading into Wednesday afternoon. So pretty fun stuff and pretty neat times to get out and enjoy that. Now, let's get back to the heat, what will be happening on Wednesday, because if you are out there at that very low tide time, you're going to be dealing with some heat out there. And why is all of this taking shape? Well, high pressure is going to be building, and you can see where you have some of the deeper oranges and reds beginning to show up. That's where you have this stronger area of high pressure. And here we are at Tuesday at 12:30. It's building. It's beginning to come back, and that's really going to strengthen. And then as we head into Wednesday, it's more so over Alberta, getting closer to Saskatchewan, and really helping to push a lot of that easterly flow, that offshore flow, back into our area to warm things up. So get ready for the heat that day. See things cool back down as we get a little more onshore push heading to the day on Thursday, and that'll keep us pretty close again to where the averages should be, but back around more of the lower 70s at that point. Looking at what we're expecting for highs tomorrow, if you're going to be anywhere here across the nation, or if you have some family coming in from anywhere else, temperatures going to be in the 100s down towards Phoenix, 60s out towards Kansas City, some showers and storms impacting those high temperatures, 70s in Minneapolis, and then of course down in Portland, 71, 67 for us up here around Seattle. We see the warm up that we're going to have with this system coming in into the Wednesday, that high pressure system that brings us up into the mid 80s. Now, did want to mention this too. Records are going to be around the mid 90s, so those are probably going to be safe for Wednesday, but it's still going to be really hot, especially for those of us who are not a fan of the 80s at all. All right, so your forecast as we head on into tonight. We'll see those lows drop down between generally the low to mid 50s, some upper 40s out towards the north coast there in Quileute. Highs tomorrow topping off at 62 in Blaine, low 60s around Bellingham. Definitely a cool down from even today. Around Coopville, 58, 57 in Oak Harbor, 65 in Monroe, Granite Falls at 63. We'll see highs in the mid to upper 60s around Issaquah, Maple Valley, Enumclaw getting up to 64 degrees. Bremerton hitting 66, Kingston up to 64. We'll top off at 66 in Belfair, 68 in Puyallup. Farther south here, getting closer to Portland, we'll see highs in the mid-60s down there. Out towards the coast, we'll actually stay in the 50s, and we'll see more of those 50s out towards the coast as you head farther north and across most of the Olympic Peninsula. Here's your 7-day forecast. Memorial Day actually shaping up to be pretty decent for us. Other than those showers in the morning, we'll have partly cloudy conditions towards the afternoon and temperatures in the upper 60s. That one really hot day heading into the day on Wednesday as we top off at 86 and then cooling down more so around the low 70s. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoy your Memorial Day. Try to get out and enjoy the, for the most part, dry weather that we're going to have and get prepared for that heat that's going to be coming in on Wednesday. And yeah, the low tides too. Try to remember those here throughout the week. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. See you later.